Hey everybody, Mike Slifer here in the First Alert Forecast Center, and we have another First Alert Weather Extra. We'll be talking about wind, your first alert to some temperatures running a bit cooler than normal, plus a warm-up on the way just in time for the weekend, and some chances for some showers as we head into next week, the return of some unsettled weather. Today we had a cold front that passed. Outside of the increased cloudiness and the shift in wind direction, you may have never known. We didn't see any showers with it. We stayed dry. We have high pressure building in out of the Great Lakes, low pressure out over the ocean. And in between the two, things are a bit breezy. Wind speeds are still out there, sustained 5 to 15 miles an hour, and we do expect this to continue overnight. So typically, we would expect winds to maybe calm down entirely at night. That will not be the case tonight, and that means it'll feel a little bit chillier than what the actual temperatures are. We'll take you live right now to our iCam view in Waterbury. 45 degrees right now in the Brass City. Winds out of the north-northwest at 5 miles an hour. Trees actually looking fairly still right now. Here's our iCam view right now in New Haven. Off in the distance, we can see that the flag is blowing a bit in the wind, and we have winds out of the north at 9 miles an hour sustained. So, again, a bit breezy out there tonight. That makes those temperatures in the 50s feel even chillier. 45 right now in Albany, 50 in Boston, 50 in Portland, Maine. With wind out of the north, we are pulling that cooler air into Connecticut, meaning that as the night goes on, things will get a bit chillier. We'll show you the temperatures right now. A lot of 40s popping up at this map already. Eastern and western Connecticut into the 40s for many towns. The 91 corridor in the 50s still, all the way from Windsor Locks to New Haven. So while temperatures are, again, dropping, it just feels cooler than it did. And we actually are cooler than we were yesterday at this point in time by 5 to 10, even 11 degrees right now in Waterbury. So, again, it's going to feel cooler out tonight, not just because of the wind, but because temperatures are lower. And temperatures will keep falling as the night goes on. We are expecting temperatures to drop out of the 50s here over the next hour or so into the 40s and then eventually into the 30s. You'll note that there are some cloud icons there, and that's because we're still dealing with partly cloudy skies. Over the last 6 hours, we have seen a lot of that cloud cover move on out, and it will keep on moving out as the night goes on, but it doesn't clear entirely. So we'll keep partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions tonight, temperatures in the mid and upper 30s in northwestern Connecticut. We're expecting things to be closer to 40 for the greater Hartford area. Heading into the quiet corner of the state, you can expect mid and upper 30s tonight, meaning if you're out and about, or perhaps you work second or third shift, you'll have to worry about bundling up on the way home or heading out to work. And this will also be the case for the ride to school and work tomorrow morning, too. Shoreline towns staying mostly in the 40s tonight, with the exception of far southeastern Connecticut. But even inland sections of our southern 4 counties will likely be in the 30s. So it is going to be a chilly night across the state, and it takes a little while for us to warm up tomorrow. And even then, we're only going to peak in the mid and upper 50s, which is a few degrees below normal for this time of year. Now, we do so with plenty of sunshine. But even with temperatures peaking in the mid and upper 50s, you're going to want to have a jacket nearby the entire day. And the reason is because of the wind. Look at these wind gusts tomorrow, up to and over 35 miles per hour. That's going to add a bit of a colder feel to the day. So this is your first alert that you need to have that jacket nearby pretty much the entire day. Wind will be coming out of the north and northwest. Even with some wind and drier conditions, we're not expecting to see much in the way of pollen counts, which is good news. Ragweed is the primary pollen this kind of time of year. It does climb a little bit more by Friday. Looking ahead to Friday night football, we are expecting bright skies to start, clear skies as the night goes on. Our game of the week is Northwest Catholic at Rocky Hill. We'll be around 59 degrees for kickoff by 9 o'clock. As things are winding down, temps will still be in the 50s. So it's going to be getting chillier out there as the night goes on. You'll want to have a jacket nearby. And perhaps with the wind tomorrow, too, we could see a little bit more in the way of leaf drops. Steve Franklin captured this picture at Enders State Forest. Enders Falls is what we're looking at here. And we see a lot of color in the distance, some yellows, some oranges. And Steve actually accomplished this picture with a 30-second long exposure. So that's how he got the flowing water to look like that. So certainly a great day to get out there. The recent rain likely helped to rejuvenate the flow of the falls and the water there in the picture. And again, it's nice to see the foliage out there too. Speaking of foliage across the state, we see high color across northwestern and northeastern parts of the state. Moderate color elsewhere, still fairly low as you head closer to the shoreline. But we have certainly had some great reports of foliage across the state. Now, if you want to try to head north and see where it's peaking, North Adams, Massachusetts, and then perhaps into parts of the Berkshires and the Worcester Hills right now. Outside of that and outside of the Catskills, still moderate color. So we still have a couple weeks to go here before we would typically expect to see peak in these regions anyways. And some chilly nights will certainly help with that. We just need to see if the wind will strip anything off of our trees. 57 tomorrow, 38 tomorrow night, 62 on Friday. Friday is also opening day for the Hartford Wolfpack. That's the season home opener. And the weather to and from getting to and from Hartford, rather, is going to be great. And, of course, that's played at the People's Bank Arena. 37 out there Friday night into Saturday morning, 65 on Saturday, 72 on Sunday. A bright start to the day Sunday, and clouds will be increasing. Temperatures overnight into Monday, 55, and then highs are in the 60s throughout the start of next week. Shoreline towns, 59 tomorrow, 63 on Friday, 66 Saturday, 71 on Sunday, 64 Monday, 63 Tuesday, 65 Wednesday. You'll note that on Monday we are going with morning rain and then breezy conditions. So certainly a bit breezy starting on Sunday. Clouds will be thickening up out ahead of the approaching front. 11 o'clock on Sunday, we already start to track some showers. There are some subtle timing differences as to when they actually move on in, but we'll be watching as they approach the state of Connecticut by Monday morning here, 7 a.m. Monday. We are tracking rain in and throughout Connecticut. And then by noon, we'll actually be seeing a lot of this clear on out. So expect things to dry out pretty quickly once we get into and through the late morning hours on Monday. This will be beneficial rainfall for us, even including the rain that we saw from that coastal storm over the weekend and into the start of this week. We still have deficits for the month and the season, both for the Hartford area and for Bridgeport. Now, if you go back to the start of the year, a bit of a surplus for the Hartford area, but we have a huge deficit for Bridgeport, over 12 inches of rain. We do get an update on the drought monitor tomorrow, and it will include the beneficial rainfall we've seen. We will see if there are any changes. We will be the first to alert you. That should be out tomorrow morning, so we'll likely see some updates as we get into the early afternoon. Just to give you an idea of where normals are for this time of year, today is the 15th of October. Normal high is 64. So when we're talking about temperatures in the mid and upper 50s tomorrow, we'll be about 5 or so degrees below normal. 57 is the normal high by November 1st, 52 by November 15th, 45 by December 1st, and 41 by December 15th. So that's only 2 months away. So the normal highs will drop over 20 degrees in the next 2 months. And we do see our temperatures bottom out in the month of January. On average, that is the coldest month out of the year for the Hartford area. And then, of course, things will rebound as we start heading into February and especially throughout spring. On the 8 to 14-day outlook, which brings us from the 23rd through the 29th. So heading into the final week of October, through the final week of October. These shades of orange indicating the higher likelihood the temperatures will remain above normal. Now, we don't know how much above normal, but signals are there for things to perhaps be a little bit warmer than normal. Also worth noting here is that our final 6 p.m. sunset of the year is just around the corner. 5 days from now, the sun will set at 6:01. 6 days from now, sunset 5:59. So those days are getting shorter as the nights get longer. Less than 12 hours of daylight as we progress through the next, less than 11 hours of daylight as we progress through the next few days. And of course, the days keep on getting shorter until we get into December and eventually reach the winter solstice. So things over the next few days certainly feeling a bit more fall-like, perhaps even more November-like tomorrow with highs only in the 50s. Factor in that wind. It's going to feel even chillier. And as we get further into the month and closer to the start of November, well, those sunsets just get earlier. And then we'll set our clocks the first weekend of November. So that's only a few weeks away. We'll take you back to the First Alert 7-day forecast here. Windy tomorrow. You can track those wind gusts with the free First Alert weather app. Highs in the mid and upper 50s, feeling chillier than that. Hartford Wolfpack home opener on Friday. Should be great weather to travel to and from downtown Hartford. Plenty of sunshine out there. Temps in the 60s. Mid-60s Saturday. Saturday looks like a great day. Sunday will be stunning. Temps in the 70s. Breezy with increasing cloudiness. That morning rain on a Monday is beneficial for us. Breezy. Just your first alert to keep the umbrella nearby. We're not expecting too much of an impact out of that. Breezy on Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, we could be tracking more showers, and we will still be a bit breezy with temps in the mid-60s. So overall, a very October-like forecast over the next week or so with some welcomed rain both Monday and perhaps Wednesday of next week. That'll do it for our First Alert Weather Extra. We'll have much more coming up on the Wax at 10, Channel 3 tonight at 11, and you can join Scott Haney tomorrow morning, all morning long, and then right back here again, streaming live on WFSB Plus and YouTube for our next First Alert Weather Extra. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you over on the